we're going to start off with two topics. Number one is how do you go viral with organic dropshipping content? And number two is how do you use these viral videos to actually create profitable ads out of that? Now, who am I and why am I qualified to talk about this? Well, my name is Michael Bernstein, and over the last few years, we have generated over 100 billion views in client short-form views, which is a ridiculous amount. And the second thing is I personally make over 7 figures a month with my e-commerce brands, so that's that. Now, who am I going to talk to in the beginning? It's going to be first beginners who make less than 10K a month in profit, and then I'm going to get to the more advanced people who are making 100K profit a month. All right? So, number one, there is one massive beginner's trap, which I keep seeing every single beginner do over and over and over again. And it is copying what people ahead of you are doing, which on paper makes sense, but in reality, it's a massive mistake. If I, for example, would listen to Jeff Bezos, how he says how he scaled from $100 billion to $200 billion by increasing his warehouse size or whatever it is he did, that's useless to me because I'm not at his level. And I see that people who are complete beginners listen to people who make a few $1 million a month, and you, for example, here, I make a few $1 million a month with Facebook ads. All right, cool. Should you do Facebook ads? Under no circumstances if you're starting out. And the reason for that is two things. Number one is when you start doing Facebook ads as a beginner, it's extremely expensive when you do a small mistake. So every single mistake you do costs you money because of ad spend. And the problem with that is you're a beginner, so you're going to make a ridiculous amount of mistakes. And what happens then is you start wanting to switch strategies because you just keep burning through your money over and over again, and it's just really tough to keep going with it. And the problem is, people who are telling you about Facebook ads, they started out back in the day when it was super easy. If you started with Facebook ads in 2017, 2018, it was a great beginner strategy. At this point, the world has changed, and it's a very different thing. So in my opinion, there is other things which are significantly better. And what it is picking the right strategy is probably the most important decision you have in the beginning. Because when you picked it, you have to keep going until it works. So what, in my opinion, is the best start strategy for a beginner to start out with right now? Well, in my opinion, it is organic dropshipping. So to sum it up, what it is, it's literally just posting videos online on short-form platforms. You have a link in your bio with a Shopify store, and people who see your videos want the product, they click on the link, and they start buying from you. Now, the cool thing about organic is that all the mistakes you do are literally free. If you don't go viral after posting a video, you only lost your time. And as a beginner, your time is not really worth that much, which means that mistakes are completely free. And on top of that, you're going to keep having these little nuggets along the way where you see virality. You have a 1K day. It does work over and over and over. Even though you didn't hit like this crazy gold mine, you still make money along the way, which keeps you motivated and ensures that you keep going until it works. Also, obviously, organic marketing has 50% profit margins, which is just a significant advantage, and there's no other costs except for products. And in my opinion, it is by far the easiest way to get to 10 to 30K in profit a month, and then you can scale after that doing other things. Now, why am I so confident in it? Well, I probably have the best case study on earth in general, because a few years ago, I saw how this guy, Mikey again, failed with dropshipping for a year straight. He was trying and trying and trying. He was trying every strategy. Nothing worked. And I saw him as the perfect opportunity for a case study, where I basically help him. He makes a bunch of money, and everybody knows that I helped him, which means that I get the credit. Now, if I would have failed and I tried to help him, he would still keep documenting the journey and not make any money, and basically, I'm going to look like an idiot. So I took the risk, and within a 6-month period, he went from 0 to 100K a month with 50% profit margins. Now, the question is, how? Were we able to get him that viral that fast? And the reason is, going viral is a skill. Good content gets views, and bad content does not get views. And I'm going to tell you a bunch of very specific things which you can use to actually go viral. And for the more advanced people here in the crowd, you can use these virality hacks in your ads to make significantly more money with your ads as well. So, first of all, what are the key metrics when it comes to going viral? Number one, it is watch time. Number two is the engagement, so the likes and the comments. And number three are the shares. Now, in the best case scenario, you have all these three numbers being really good. If only one of them is super high, though, that also makes a significant boost in everything. So let's say your watch time is not crazy, your shares are not crazy, but every second person who watches your video is going to comment below your video is going to still blow up. Now, how do you actually boost your engagement? Well, there is this strategy which is called controversy, and it is basically using statements which bait the crowd to start commenting. Now, we all see this video, and it says, POV, your boyfriend bought you knitting wool instead of yarn. All of us don't understand why this is controversial at all, because we are not in the crochet niche. Now, everyone who is in the crochet niche understands that there's no difference between wool and yarn, which makes this sentence weird, and everyone in the comment section just goes crazy about it. What happens here is only the right audience starts to care. And all the comments are only from people who get the controversy, which means that you don't only just go viral, you also go viral in the right exact audience where you sell your product. Now, the second way how to go viral, and this is in my opinion also a very easy, quick strategy, which is copying viral content from the US and just translating it to untapped markets. So Germany, the Latin market, and you just literally take the videos which already did well for somebody else, and you do the same exact thing, just in an unsaturated market where nobody saw that content yet. And it is very easy to just go viral like that. And also, if you want to scale to the Latin market, USA Drop will provide you local payment providers, which are going to be significantly helpful for all the things you do. Now, the third factor is shares. How do you actually boost your shares? And there's a bunch of ways, but I'm going to show you one here, which is adding shock factor to your videos. If we take a look at this GIF again, it's basically boiling hot water, which this guy spills over his hand, and then the video just keeps going until nothing, until nothing happened. So what happened here is just this shock moment which you have, you want to share that with your friends, and videos like this get significant boosts in shares. And this is also something which is just going to be very helpful along the way if you just know these things and have all these things in your repertoire which you can just use to go viral on demand. All the algorithm stuff is really complicated and really boring, and I don't want to say all of that on stage here, but basically you need to not mess up anything in terms of the algorithm. If you get shadow banned, it's really tough to recover from that. Let's talk to the more advanced people here. If you already make money, here's how you scale. The number one thing is increasing your store visitors, or marketing. And the second thing is increasing your profit per visitor. Now, obviously, that's easier said than done, so here's exactly how you do it. First of all, increasing profit per visitor on your website. It's extremely important to understand that the conversion rate on your website and the average order value don't go separately. They're all going hand in hand. If you do something to boost the conversion rate, but the average order value drops, that is not good. If it's the other way, it's also not good. You have to find the sweet spot. And that number is profit per visitor. And you probably don't even track that number, but this is the only number we do when evaluating split tests. So I could tell you about all the things like FOMO, urgency, and social proof, all these things which you've probably heard about a million times. But the truth is, you've heard of it, and there are a few things which are just actual needle movers, which just change everything and double or triple your conversion rate, all right? The first thing is quiz funnels or pre-sales pages. What we've seen is that if you add a quiz before your product page, 80% of people click through the quiz, which on paper shows that 20% of the traffic just gets lost. But that is not the case, because in reality, the people who get to the product page, they feel like you're having the perfect product for them. You've went through an entire quiz, and the product all of a sudden feels very personalized, which boosts the conversion rate like crazy, all right? Needle mover number two. is instead of charging high prices, for example, a $100 product you sell for $100, instead of doing that, you charge significantly lower prices. So like $20, for example, and you're just breaking even on the product. On paper, that sounds like a really bad idea, but in reality, your conversion rate is going to increase and the average order value is going to decrease. And if you're going to be able to increase the average order value again with post-purchase upsells, so upsells which come after people saw the thing, all of a sudden, you have the insane conversion rate boost without paying the price of decrease in average order value. Because if your post-purchase upsell has a revenue per visit of $30 and then all the downsells together have another extra $10, all of a sudden your average order value is really high and your conversion rate is still super high. So one magic trick is literally having right post-purchase upsells. There's no circumstance where you can just say something on the product page or somewhere before the person purchased to increase the conversion rate but not decrease the average order value. And with post-purchase upsells, it is impossible to get a worse conversion rate because they already bought. So that's a really easy way to just boost your conversion rate without losing out on anything else. Now, the question is, how do you have $40 per visit on your post-purchase upsells? And there's a bunch of things, but here's a really high converting example. The number one thing why this works so well is the headline. Wait, your order is not complete. This makes the customer stop and read this. Just that by itself is more than enough to boost everything like crazy. Because if it just says something else, they already know, all right, this guy he wants to sell me something else again. I'm going to receive my product. I don't need anything else. But in this case, it feels like you're not going to receive the product if you're not going to read what is said here. And just that by itself, I promise you, if you're already making like $100K a month with dropshipping or e-commerce, if you just add this headline on your post-purchase upsells, everything is going to increase instantly. Now, let's get to the marketing. I made my first money with Facebook ads 2018, but I couldn't scale to more than a few $1,000,000 because I was always like stealing creatives from Facebook ads back in the day. And this is what everyone did. You were not reinventing the wheel and making the perfect creatives back in the day. Everyone was just like taking things from the ad library, cutting things together, and that's it. Now, I was never able to scale to 100K days because of that. And at some point, I realized I need to combine organic marketing with Facebook ads. And very unsurprisingly, after hiring the best people in the world at organic content to make my ads, we obviously were able to scale our ads super easily and reached 100K days in no time. We started hiring people that we have trained to get millions of views, all of our organic dropshipping clients. And back in the day, how my content process was, is I was writing the scripts for my ads. I found some random B-roll clips online, edited them in the ads, found a UGC creator on Fiverr, and was editing everything by myself. This is how I made the first millions, like $2 million with dropshipping. What we changed was the whole content process was outsourced to people who are crazy good at organic dropshipping. The script writer already knows how to go viral, and he wrote the scripts. The B-roll creator makes the best B-rolls in the world. They just take the product and film insane videos with it and just know exactly how to film the most beautiful, aesthetically pleasing content. And we have UGC creators who are also very, very high-level organic dropshippers and a video editor who, again, had millions and millions of views on their own videos. This obviously changed everything, and our ads were A to Z done by people who already had millions of views on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Now, I have this thing, which is too many organic dropshippers in my program. We have so many people that want to start working for somebody or want to expand, and what we're doing right now is we're placing content creators in your business if you make at least 100K a month, which means we're taking a person who already went viral like crazy with organic dropshipping, and we just hand them to you you employ them, and that's it. And they make the ads for you, which I promise you they're going to do a better job than you do currently. Now, the third thing I want to say is one other way to significantly increase your profit margins is just paying less to your supplier and having the best offers. Now, in my opinion, USA Drop always beats the offers of the other suppliers, and I would highly recommend them.